So I get this call from the Dr. Oz show, and they wanted to do a whole show on body types, a whole hour, because I actually have a lot of information on videos, on the internet about body types. I wrote a book on body types. It was a bestseller. Been working with body types for 10 years. So anyway, I spent the next 30 hours straight compiling all the research I had on body types, because we had to condense it into 1 hour and make it simple. So I scripted it out. I stuck my jokes in there, everything for each body type. And I sent it to them. So they were going to fly me up to New York on a Friday. So it was Tuesday. And I get an email, not even a call, I get an email. It says, sorry, Dr. Berg, we're going in a different direction. Sorry, we're not going to do the show. So I'm like, oh, that was a waste of 30 hours. So I was a little bit pissed, you know, but I was okay with it. I mean, I told my mom and I told patients and things. But what really got me, about a month later, I get this link from one of my patients.
Can you see yourself in one of these pictures? Do you carry your weight in your belly? Or are you bottom heavy? Or are you shaped more like a box? Well, if so, you've just found the first secret to unlocking your body's fat-burning furnace, your body type. Now, whether you're an apple, a pear, or a box, your body type has a direct effect on your metabolism. So today, I'm giving you my secrets to turbocharge your metabolism for your body type. Dr. Jeffrey Morrison is a nutrition specialist. He studied the link between metabolism and body type for over 10 years. Welcome to the show.
Well, Dr. Oz, when you're 18 years old, basically you can eat just about anything you want, and your weight doesn't change. And with each decade, you get older, your metabolism slows, and your hormones change. As you get into your 40s, then the metabolism starts changing even more, and the hormones keep on getting imbalanced, and people's body shape will change based on the hormones, and fat gets accumulated where the hormones are imbalanced.
So in your 20s, anyone can lose weight. But when you get into 30s, 40s, and 50s, things change. Hormones change, and your metabolism slows down.
And certain hormones will cause fat to accumulate in the hips versus in the midsection versus just all over the body. And that also can be a predictor for what type of health problems a person could be at risk for.
If you look around, you're going to notice that most people fall into one of 4 body shapes. Some people hold their weight in the stomach as a sagging belly, some people as a protruded, some people hold their weight in the saddlebag hip area and the arms, yet other people will be big everywhere.
Well, the apple shape generally gains weight in their midsection. They tend to have a round face, they accumulate weight in their upper back, and they tend to have small legs. It has a lot to do with an imbalance in a certain hormone that is affected by stress. It's called cortisol. Right. And cortisol, we all know, is the stress hormone, and cortisol causes weight to accumulate in the midsection and especially around our organs.
So you could see that this doctor is using my script. In fact, nowhere on this doctor's website will you see anything about body types. He's not an expert. I don't know where they got this guy, but basically he's talking about my body types.
So why does cortisol, that hormone, cause that accumulation of fat, especially in the belly?
Well, the belly has specific cortisol receptors that soak up cortisol when people are under stress, and it directs fat to be stored underneath the stomach in and around organs. The interesting thing about an apple metabolism is that they're not the type of person that's going to be able to go on a low-calorie diet, because the body views that as a stressful experience. Right. Also, excessive exercise is also considered a stressful experience for somebody that responds to stress that way. So the low-calorie diet, too much exercise equals increased cortisol level, because the body's trying to be protective of a famine type of event. Well, there's a number of significant health problems that people should be concerned about. Inflammation, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and even breast cancer.
Can you just explain for everybody why some people accumulate fat in some parts of their body and others in different parts of their body?
Well, a lot of that has to do with different types of hormone imbalances. So as we said, with the cortisol level, with the cortisol body type, it's stored in the midsection. With other types of hormone imbalances, it can be stored in the hips or also just throughout the whole body.
So I mean, I'm curious. Question for all of you. What would it mean for you to lose your apple shape? In fact, what would it look like if you were going back to age 18 and how you appeared? Sounds reasonable? All right, well, coming up, I have got a plan that is specifically targeted to burn your belly fat. But first, are you plagued with stubborn cellulite? That's a key symptom for our next body type. You need to understand that one. Find out which one it is when we come back. Today, I'm revealing my secrets to turbocharging your metabolism for your body type. Now, we've already talked about the apples who are plagued with belly fat. The next body type, the pear. If you store fat in your hips, butt, and thighs, you have a pear-shaped body. Like 2/3 of all women, your bottom area is the first place you gain weight and the last place you lose it, because your body wants to save this fat to convert for energy. So what steps can you pear-shaped women take to trim your bottom? So Dr. Morrison, what's a pear's biggest challenge?
Well, the pear's body type stores weight on their hips, thighs, and butt. And the reason for this is because of an excess of a female hormone called estrogen. The issue with estrogen is that estrogen is actually produced in fat cells. And it also spikes during pregnancy and every single menstrual cycle. So it makes it very difficult for women that might be consuming an imbalanced diet, because every single time they're spiking their estrogen levels, they're storing fat. And once they store it, it's very difficult to get off. The saying, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, right, speaks to this body type.
Explain in some detail. You're all getting this message clearly, I see. Why does the pear type particularly wreak havoc with your metabolism?
Well, the pear body type is it's evolution. So throughout evolution, it was very important for women to store fat in their hips and thigh area, because to get ready for pregnancy. In pregnancy, there's a lot of fat that can be readily used for the baby during gestation. One of the most important ones for women to know about is osteoporosis. During a woman's menstrual years, they're producing plenty of estrogen, which helps to maintain calcium in the bone. And after menopause, the estrogen levels drop quite a bit, and women are not able to keep calcium in the bone. The other health factors include cellulite, varicose veins, and also joint problems.
Can you change your shape over time?
Well, you can absolutely make an impact, but an apple is almost certainly not going to become like a pear, but a pear could become like an apple. And well, with all of these hormone imbalances, they all can cause certain health risks, but this body type has the highest health risk because it's too low in thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone is really about metabolism for the whole body, and there's some very significant health conditions that can occur and people should know about, such as depression, memory loss, high cholesterol, and enlarged heart.
For my box-shaped friends out there, does that sound familiar? Some of those memory issues? Yeah, they're cheering out there. They're chanting. So how does a thyroid affect the box type?
The thyroid hormone is really the hormone that unlocks metabolism for the entire body. It literally is the key that turns on the metabolism for every cell in the body. And for that reason, it actually, if it's low, it will slow down function for all body organs, including the brain, the heart, metabolism. And for that reason, also, there's a lot of symptoms that can occur with this, such as difficulty concentrating and memory changes, high cholesterol, and then like dry skin, dry hair, dry nails, depression, and even constipation.
The secret for all the apple-shaped folks out there to turbocharge your metabolism is, are you ready? To eat foods that are low glycemic. What does that mean? Low glycemic foods are foods that don't surge into your bloodstream and don't spike your blood sugar. If you don't get that big spike in blood sugar, that change in your body with those stressful hormones won't accumulate that sugar as fat in your belly. And you'll be able to lose it effortlessly.
So here's what they changed. They took all the solutions to the body types and they basically just made up something. Like for the apple, which is the adrenal, they said consume low glycemic foods, right? Well, basically that lowers insulin, but it's not my solution for the adrenal.
So the reasons you want these high fiber foods is they'll bind up with the estrogen that's already too much in your body and carry it out through the intestinal system so it comes out in your poop.
Okay.
So your poop won't look any different, it's not going to smell different, it's not going to have anything special about it, but it'll have all that extra estrogen being pulled out because the fiber will have bound it. So
To bind estrogen, that is absolutely not true. You don't get rid of estrogen by consuming fiber.
they're so impressed. So the first food that I think you ought to be focusing on if you're a pear-shaped individual, the turbocharge your metabolism, is edamame.
Okay.
Edamame is rich in phytoestrogens. You guys like that? Oh, that's our pear section. Yeah, our pear section is happy over there. Edamame has phytoestrogens that are a plant type of estrogen. They actually block your own estrogen from doing things too much, which is a good thing, right? You want to have plant sources competing with your own sources so that you don't feel such a surge of this hormone that causes the accumulation of fat down below your waist. Edamame will do that naturally. Whole wheat pasta, big opportunity here. It's a great swap out for white pasta as well. And again, any little bit of extra calories you take in your body, if you're a pear shape, is going to accumulate down there because the body sees it as a safe alternative. This is a nice way of reducing the amount of sugar surging into your body. And then the third tip for everybody are figs. Why do I love figs? Because they're the fruit with perhaps the highest fiber out there that I personally adore.
Okay.
You like figs?
I do. I like them even more now.
That's right. So make these part of your diet and you will turbocharge your metabolism. And again, I'm not giving you ideas that will work for you 6 months down the road. This will work for you.
So here's the problem that I have. It's not that I didn't get on the show. It was that you are being fed the wrong information that is just made up. You're not going to get results. So then you're going to have a failure. So that's going to stack up. So you want to make sure that your information that you get is based on truth, not hype.